Hello gainers, I'm Ralphie and welcome to my channel called Fitter Philosophy, where I share my experience with life through the medium of philosophy, stoicism, practical sensibility, and hopefully you get something out of these videos. And my subject today is recovery. And I don't know if you can hear it in my voice, but I've had a cold recently. Quite a delicate issue at this particular moment in time when the C-19 pandemic is still very much a feature of our realities. And no doubt after it has gone, C20 will arrive, followed by C21, because everything happens in cycles and history repeats itself, and that's the way of it. And we have experiences in life and they repeat themselves, and that too is the way of it. And one of these experiences is that we are subject to viral infections. Most of these infections are called the common cold. They tend to be seasonal. You get the big one in the winter and you get the small one in the summer, depending where in the world you live. And at the moment we're just after the equinox in the northern hemisphere, so it is the second half of summer. The temperature has never been warmer, the flowers have never been more beautiful, and I can't smell anything in my garden because my nose is completely blocked. It's bunged up. I've got the cold. It started 6 days ago with a mild feeling of lethargy and not being able to do much at the gym. So it was a subconscious impact. I really had to have experience to notice it. Thereafter I got a tickly throat which turned into a sore throat, which I treated with sulphur powder and ginger, just chewing on ginger, because ginger's great, very medicinal. That suppressed the development to a certain extent, but it became the full-blown sneezes and a runny nose and a banging head and all the rest of it within a short space of time. And the way I treated it was a way I haven't done in the past, but I've learned from my mistakes in the past, and also my circumstances have changed, because I went to my bed and I drank plenty of water and honey and lemon with a wee drop of whiskey in it, and then another one, and I slept more, I rested more, and I ate a lot less. I completely disrupted my routine to focus on allowing the body to rest, to recover from this cold. Now, I mention this because we live in a global culture now where we're encouraged to push on through. Don't be a weakling. You know, if you've got a cold, you go to your work, you get on with what you're doing, you carry on unless it's absolutely desperate, because otherwise you're not going to get paid, or you'll be in sick pay and you're not going to look so good at your end of year assessment or appraisal. Many people are in jobs where they've got nobody else to stand in with them and therefore cannot take time off. Then what happens is, rather than allow the body to rest and recover, the pharmaceuticals start getting consumed. All the brands are out there, they're always visible in the pharmaceutical, in the pharmacy, in the chemist shop, in the drugstore. And we're encouraged to buy them and consume them, and what they do is they suppress the symptoms, which is our bodies telling us that, hey, you've got an infection, it's a viral infection, it's affecting all of your body, not just certain areas, it's affecting everywhere, and the body is telling yourself you need to rest and you need to fight it. And recovering from infection is significantly boosted by literally physically resting, staying in your bed. But unfortunately we live in a culture which says, don't stay in your bed, you're wasting time, you're losing money, don't rest, keep pushing on through, buy the drugs, buy the chemicals to mask the symptoms, and go on with it. And so we do that because we are programmed and we are conditioned in a society in which we are branded as operatives, which is a perfectly natural thing to do. But we have to retain some form of tangible control over our own health. As soon as we give our health, basic health, practical health, over to somebody else or another institution or someone who makes profit out of us, let me tell you what's going to happen. They're going to make profit out of us. Profit for themselves, jobs for themselves, value for themselves. And we are being preyed upon. They are being parasitic. Pharmaceuticals, to keep some balance here, they do have their use and their value. But in moderation, the skill is using them when we need them, not when we think we want them. There's a difference. And you always find a good doctor out there is a valuable doctor. A real doctor is someone who actually converses with you and then tells you when drugs are not the solution. They're an option, but they're not the solution. I hope you've enjoyed this little commentary. This is just typical for me at my channel. I'm just simply sharing what it suddenly becomes clearer to me now that I'm older. Although I was aware of it when I was younger, I never really kind of gave it too much attention because I'm too busy getting on with life. But I tell you what, life gets easier when you get older if you're learning from the experience. And the reason for life is to experience it. I'm Ralphie. Hope you've enjoyed this little conversation. And yes, thank you very much. I am on the mend. I'm taking my honey, my lemon, a little bit of hot water, and of course, some whiskey to go with it. And it's working, an absolute treat. Thanks for asking. I'll leave you with a view. Bye.